you get when you mix talent, tenacity, and triple Virgo energy? Actress, musician, activist, and low-key spiritual goddess, Kat Graham. We're talking Virgo work ethic, stepping into the role of Diana Ross, and how she went from friendship to forever with her husband after years of being platonic. Plus, we gotta spill some tea, a little Vampire Diaries tea. So let's get into it. This episode is presented in partnership with Airbnb, where summer adventures feel like a home away from home. Speaking of unforgettable moments, well, you'll see. Let's start the show. Welcome to the show,
Thank
Kat
you. It's
Graham.
weird. We're adults now in these bodies.
Girl, it's so insane. I'm so happy that we still look good.
I know. We look the same age.
Period.
We're still 14.
I mean, how are you? How's everything
I'm good.
going?
I'm blessed. I'm really feeling really good. Sorry, if my earrings are real loud, y'all. Y'all can tell me to take them off. It's just for the face. All right?
No, the look is looking. They cannot come off.
Look who's talking.
Girl.
Who let
but
you out the house?
the amazing thing is
Tell
that
me.
you're Virgo, but you're actually like a really special Virgo.
Oh, no.
Because your whole big three is Virgo.
I know I'm a triple Virgo.
Isn't that amazing? By the way, Virgos in the house, I need y'all to make some noise real quick. Woo! So, yeah, we have a Virgo city over here. But triple Virgo, how do you feel like that shows up in your life? Do you really feel more Virgo than the most Virgos?
Oh, my gosh. My team is like, go on, tell them.
That means you checking everybody.
Yeah. Well, you just looked at everything 5 ways, sideways before they could even give you. No, I already thought about it.
Yeah.
I already thought about it. This is how it's going to be. And you're a perfectionist.
It's so true. I just seen this meme that's been going viral with Beyonce, and they'd be like, a Virgoing, and it's literally her like being like, I said that yesterday.
Right.
So when are you guys going to fix?
Right. That.
Because
I've seen that.
I feel like I keep repeating myself.
I know. I've seen that one. I watch and I follow all the little Virgo.
Girl, me too.
I'm like, oh my God, it's me. It's me. I'm like, it's just so real.
Oh my gosh.
It's so real. Virgo's Virgo.
I literally live for that. Now, when you were on OK Player, you said you've always had that bossy Virgo energy since you were a kid.
Oh no, is that true? Keke, you gotta tell me.
I'm going through all the references, girl, for this interview. I was getting prepared.
But as long as you've known me, I don't feel like that. I'm pretty easy
But you started acting at age 6. I mean, to be, leading the charge and getting everybody on your side. I mean, you definitely had some direction. What do you remember from back then?
So funny when you say that, because as we were kind of getting closer to the date of me seeing you, I was like, man, for her to have produced the way she's been producing, and then to also drop the visual album, and to be singing like she sings, and to be so self-motivated, self-curated. I think it was like a Grace Jones quote, one creates oneself. I think that's a Grace Jones quote.
It's a beautiful quote.
And I feel like you've created everything for your life.
I really, really received that. And I feel like the Virgos will definitely get it. Like, this is that what you just said is like, that's all we,
It's so you.
It's so me. And I
It's
feel like
so
you get
you.
it because I feel that you are the same way. Like, I feel like, we've worked with major companies and did big collaborations.
For sure.
But we've always been our own engine. Of just independence, like whether it's our music projects or what I know you're directing and like it is a different thing to like know that it's worth it to invest in yourself.
Exactly. And you do that really, really well. Also, Tiana Taylor, our girl Tiana, she does
great
that
with that.
really, really well. And it almost
does
seems
it for
like
others too.
Right. Almost seems like a necessity. Though.
I think it is.
Right? I mean, you look at what Viola's done with her production company and all that.
I'm so glad you're opening this up. Please,
right.
What do they say? Please wake up that tea.
Right.
Because we always are talking about, I was talking to somebody else about number one on the call sheet. And number one on the call sheet, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I remember the big feedback was just how they were saying there weren't enough opportunities for a lot of the Black women after they did that big role, number one on the call sheet.
It's true.
And although it's terrible and it shouldn't be that way, it does come down to, which is why I think in this generation, so many of us are learning, that we learn from them that we have to produce.
You have to.
We have to find that investor.
You
we have to find that team or that situation or that project that we can, even if it's on a smaller budget, like just keep making your movies.
You got to keep creating it.
Yes, you have to keep creating it.
You can't let anyone hold your narrative.
No one else is going to do it for you. And if they do, it might be crazy and all.
Right. And nobody going to do Keke Palmer better than Keke Palmer.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But then it helps everyone, myself included, who's known you forever, to understand who you are as an artist overall. And it's very hard when somebody's as talented as you to be able to put that in a box, and people are gonna try to do that. And you're like, let me just sing this song. Let me just make this visual album.
Yeah.
Let me just do the hit movies. Y'all will understand when I'm done. Let me just do the hit movies. Get out my way. Thank you kindly. You know what I mean?
But that is the thing, because in reality, for any artist, no one really can see the vision for you the way you can. So a lot of times people don't even be trying to box you, but that's all that they know.
It's
so
true.
You know what I mean? So that's what they're going to do. This makes me think about somebody who, I'm
over here interviewing you.
I live.
These are things that I think about. These are like, when I think of you, I'm like, these are the things that I want to, give you your flowers.
I really receive that. I feel like you worked with somebody who's done this at the highest level, who was your mentor, Prince. I mean, what was that experience like working with someone like him? Because he broke down every single barrier there could be, from gender to music genre.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely was somebody who changed the game and made way for this kind of mentality. And you got to work so close. When I'm like, that's crazy. How did y'all meet and start working together?
It's so funny. I always feel when I'm put on the spot, but I feel like he just shows up.
But honestly,
and
he
gonna
feels
be
like that energy.
Yeah. He'd be like, go and tell her. Go and tell her the truth. He was he was one of my best friends for, I would say, from, when did we meet? 2013 until his passing, till his transition, he would want me to say. He would send me some, different records of like different other artists, and he's like, you don't have to over-sexualize yourself. You can put God into your work. This is how I would write it. Because I'm stubborn in the studio. I've had, I've produced and engineered, and I like writing my own music, and, and Prince would be like, here, I wrote this for you. I'm like, well, I like to write. And he was like, well, I can teach you how to fish, or I can fish for you. It's one of the others. I said, teach me how to fish. So we would sit in the studio and we would create. Wow. He would tell me, well, if I were you, I would change this to this. And, I would send him some records, and, he would have his opinions, of course, and I'd do it anyways. But he taught me more so that you can hold your essence in front of the camera.
That's right.
You don't have to dilute your messaging for people. You can still be somebody who's spiritual, who loves God, who stands in their power and creates for yourself. And you don't have to dilute that for a machine or anything like that. And so when he told me that, I changed the way I navigated the industry and how I showed up. So,
wow.
Yeah. He was very silly also. I don't think he wanted me to say all that. He was very silly.
Well, he wanted to keep that mystery.
Right.
That we all lived, a part of the storyline that we live for. But that is incredible. Everything that you just said right now, I think that's so important for any performer to know and to hear, because the camera can sometimes suck the life of you, out of you. Even metaphorically, just being watched and perceived.
Oh, yeah.
It can stop you from, or be a hindrance to your becoming and self.
I know.
If you pay too much
your
attention.
essence cuts through. Like 1,000%. Anyone watching this, if y'all want to comment, go ahead and give Keke like all the props. Validate what I'm saying, because it's so real.
So
like
Virgo.
I'm such a Virgo. I'm like, go in here. Let me direct your audience.
This is what y'all need to do. But also, do it. I do want to go to really quick a sidebar. I do want to go back to Prince if we get a chance. But I wanted to just mention, you've been in so many millennial classics.
Have I?
Girl, The Parent Trap, Lizzie McGuire, Hannah Montana.
Not just bringing them up.
I'm a
Hold on,
Hillary
where's my
Duff
phone? I'm gonna do the same
fan.
thing to you. Don't do that to me, Keke. I'm gonna get you.
Hillary Duff, Lizzie McGuire.
Hillary Duff.
What do you remember about? I mean, that's like the prime. I'm not giving no shade, no tea, but those are prime Disney, Nickelodeon era. Shout out to Jackson
much.
VP.
I was very proud when I got them roles.
Yeah.
I was very proud. I wish I could just fluff myself up and be like, oh, I felt so good when I was doing it. I mean, I love Miley Cyrus. She is so sweet.
Yeah.
But I do remember feeling that I know you felt. That, oh, I'm the only Black person here. And, oh, wow,
I hate to laugh.
I'm only a guest star. And, you want to be grateful, but you also feel like, you're looking at your white counterparts and you're like, wow, I'd really do something with that role if I got a chance to do that. If I could only get the opportunity to even audition for that. And I think I remember that feeling coming in from The Parent Trap. I did have one line, it got cut. And I remember feeling the disappointment. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old. Of watching that movie with my mom, and I was like, man, I would have killed it with a bigger role,
Yeah.
And that's something that I have to be careful of as I get older, and it still happens sometimes. But when I think back on that, I think I really, I'm grateful for it. But I think there was a lot of
it was just a different experience for you, considering the perspective or the
I wanted to do
point.
more. I was like, this is it. I'm like, I'm grateful. Yay, I'm on TV. I finally got a job.
Yeah.
I can take a break from backup dancing, but you're kind of always back to square one with those little jobs,
But then you get a big role on Vampire Diaries. We think about pop culture moving forward.
Right.
Again, you've always been in the forefront.
Right.
You played, obviously, Bonnie. And I mean, tell me about that experience, because it was when the show was on, people had their comments, but then obviously over time where we start talking more about
Gen
black
Z.
Black characters
Gen
on
Z
show.
came in and said, no.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Baby, I had a vision so clear it hit me like a pool noodle to the face. My perfect Labor Day weekend laid out in HD. There I am, floating like a queen on my inflatable throne at golden hour when the smell of something heavenly hits my nose. My best friend is in the kitchen of our Airbnb channeling her inner Gordon Ramsay, but with actual seasoning. Not a sad room service sandwich in sight. She's serving up her best attempt at recreating one of the lovely Chef Teeny's recipe. Hey, girl. Last summer, I booked one of those gorgeous Airbnbs that I found through their guest favorites. If I had a gourmet kitchen for our potluck dinners and a huge living room from where we could spread out for our game night and catch up. During the day, we were lounging by our private pool, and at night, we were stargazing from the deck with snacks and stories. That's the magic of Airbnb. You get these perfect spaces to really connect with your friends. If you're planning an end-of-summer getaway, consider an Airbnb guest favorite. These are some of the most highly rated homes on Airbnb, perfect for group trips or family vacations. I mean, you get more space, privacy, and better locations than you can shake a vacation selfie stick at. Grab your popcorn and sip a little something, because I'm going to need my girls every Wednesday to watch Tyler Perry's Sisters at 9/8 Central on BET. Listen to this. With the stress of jobs, relationships, and jealousy, everyone is on the edge of their breaking point. The drama is more intense than ever, and the bonds of sisterhood are being tested like never before. These women thought they had it all figured out, but honey, life had other plans. Between secret romances, workplace rivalries, and friendships hanging on by a thread, anything can happen, and the sister circle may never be the same. Y'all, when I tell you this season is serving everything we need, tears, laughter, romance, and those jaw-dropping moments that'll have you texting your group chat at midnight, now that sounds like my kind of show. Watch new episodes of Tyler Perry's Sisters Wednesday at 9/8 Central, only on BET. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
I think anything that you're doing for 8 years has like positives and negatives. I mean, I found myself a lot on that show. Like I found my coach, Ivana Chubbuck. I learned how to turn, pain to fuel and all of those things. And I didn't really notice I was the only Black person on it until a little bit later.
I do feel like, though, being, to your point, like being a minority, it does kind of drift into the background that you're the only Black somewhere, because it does sometimes end up being very common. So you can't really think about it. Because if you walk into every room being like, I'm the only Black...
I've been the only Black person. What you talking about? So it's been 20 years I've been the only Black person.
Right. So it becomes a thing where you don't really think about.
No, I think...
Okay.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing came over time.
Yeah.
Where audiences started to feel cheated, and they started to feel underrepresented, and not just by me, by the LGBTQ community, the Asian community.
Anybody that's that's been pushed aside, or if their storylines have been put in the story, it's been literally off the basis that they're gay, they're Black, they're Spanish, they're Asian, like where the whole personality is that you're not really getting into the nuance of what that means to the storyline.
No, I know. And then it became, and that was obviously really hard for me, because I like to consider myself a human rights activist, right?
Yeah.
Like I was doing Vampire Diaries while I was also doing all the prides and working with GLAAD and, doing all my UN work. So obviously those kind of comments, that kind of perception and what they were observing didn't sit well with me. And I really had to look at it and be a representation for them. And how do I do that? Like, how do we talk to the writers? How do we talk to the execs? And how do we make it better? And I think they did try, and then certain things they came up short. And I think it was
also a different time.
It was a different time
too.
But what's weird is that there was a time, I mean, remember like Moesha and even like Family Matters and Girlfriends on UPN 13, which ended up being the CW. But I had Sister. You know, I never missed an episode of that. So it was weird. There was a jump.
Yeah.
That we almost went backwards.
And there's like a difference between being on a Black show or predominantly Black show and being a Black person on a predominantly white show.
Exactly.
Because the culture sometimes obviously isn't a part of it. I mean, I feel like there's been times where that gets a little bit better, where we start to see more of, I wish I could think of a show right now to say where that's happening to prove that point. But I would like to believe that now when that is the case.
Right.
We do see those characters live more nuanced lives.
Right.
As before, it was just kind of like, this is just the Black character in the show.
Right.
Which, again, times have changed. So I'm really glad that the conversation around it is changing. Have you talked to any of your Vampire Diaries colleagues now, or even the writers, when they see these things? Maybe you haven't. People think we always keep in touch. We don't always.
That's true. That's true. No, I do talk to my cast members a good chunk.
Yeah.
I see them at appearances, and they're sweet and super supportive, and I love me some Nina and Candace. And the writers, I've shared my perspectives privately, because, I'm a spiritual person at the end of the day. And, I think it was Maya Angelou. If they could do better, if they knew better, they would do better. And I think that's the attitude I like to have.
Yeah.
With all that stuff, it's up to me to do my job, do my part.
Yeah, I love that. I definitely think that you have. When you were speaking about just a few minutes ago about your activism, I was really delighted to hear about you going to Jordan and Ethiopia and helping children. That's incredible. How did you start doing that? I know your parents were also activists, or they were refugees.
My grandparents.
Your grandparents. Wow.
Yeah. No.
So I guess it runs in your blood.
Yeah. Just I come from refugees. So on my father's side, it's all Liberian. My grandfather fled the coup in Liberia. They lined him on the beach to be shot, and he fled and went to Switzerland. I was born in Switzerland because of that, but my father was doing, he was a jazz exec, kind of like hanging out with, Quincy and that whole gang.
Because Quincy Jones, he's your godfather, right?
I asked Q and my dad about it, and they kind of both did the kind of old man thing, sugar, I don't remember what we were doing back in the 80s. I'm like, all right. But anyways, I met Q completely not from my dad, because my dad and I are estranged. I don't even talk to my dad, and my mom has passed. But on my mom's side, it was all my grandmother fled the Holocaust. So there's this kind of violence on both sides. And I grew up experiencing that. I grew up hearing stories about war and displacement. And when I was really struggling as a Virgo child actress.
Okay. It can get really
it was
stressful.
So dark. It was so dark.
We can be so tense.
So tense. My mom was like, why don't you go volunteer at the children's hospital or something? Get out your own way. And I was like, oh.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to my mom. And I did, and I was like, wow, I feel like myself. And I was like, well, how do I do that and continue to do that? And I remember there was a photo of Angelina Jolie and People Mag or something. And I ripped it out, and I was like, wow, this seems like something I'd want to do one day. And she was an ambassador for the UN. And I'm like, that sounds real special. And she gets to go to all these places. And I think I was 14 years old, and I saved this picture, and I was like, I'm going to go to Ethiopia, and I'm going to go to Africa. And I'm going to help the people that were my grandparents, and the people that, make them feel seen and heard and tell their stories. If I'm a storyteller, well, let me get onto it then. And so I've been going to Africa and doing that work. And, we lost a bit of funding this year, but, we going to keep doing what we do and
And there's definitely a lot of people that need your help, need all of our help.
Need all of our help.
Yeah, especially in these times. I know we always say especially in these times because I feel like the times have never end. They just get like worser in spurts, and then we ease up for a few months, and then it gets worse again.
It's true. We have to stay on it. So yeah.
But I love what you said because I think we're in this place now where we're obviously all in so many different variations of what is need, right? The economy, political, whatever your factions are. But what is important that I love about this story is that sometimes knowing that you can just be of service to one person.
That's it.
That will help you get out your own
And by the way, it doesn't
I know it's
have
hard
to
to
be...
give when you have nothing.
Sorry,
but even if it's, you're good. I know it's hard to give when you, I feel like the upper arm bracelets, they never stay up.
They never stay up.
It's like, why are you designed like this? You don't never stay where you're supposed to be.
There it is.
It looks good though.
Thank you.
That's why we be wearing them.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like if we can remember to do something,
right.
send us a smile, cooking a little soup and bringing it down to the old folks' home. Sometimes that can help us.
And it's these little moments.
With our current perspective.
It's these little moments, like even just like the valet or the person that's just, cleaning or refilling your coffee, whatever it is, just, you got to connect with people. The security guards that check me in, how you doing?
That's right.
How are you? That is your,
wow,
connection to source. And I think in a lot of ways.
I agree with that. Did you grow up in the church? You have you're a very spiritual person. How did you continue to, or how did you cultivate that as a kid? And how do you cultivate that as an adult?
I think living in Georgia has helped me a lot because we filmed the show.
There?
We filmed the show. I grew up here, as you know, but we started filming in 2009.
With Vampire Diaries.
Right. And I
did film in Atlanta.
But we finished in 2017 and they were like, all right, guys, everybody packing up and going back to LA. And I had this moment where I was like, well, what kind of person do I want to be? I was like, I really like these folks here. And I want to I want to act like a Georgian. I am a little churchy. Even though I grew up Jewish, I love Jesus. I'm about Jesus. Let me tell you right now, I love me some Jesus. Get on tape.
Do you feel like you incorporate both? Like your Judaism background and your Christian background?
Probably. I mean, I speak Hebrew and I
oh my gosh, that's incredible.
It's random, kind of useless. But I I don't know. I think I know when there's turbulence on the plane, I'm praying to Jesus.
Girl.
No, I just, I think I'm somebody who just believes in forgiveness. I really do. I'm spiritual, but I also don't need to be religious. I'm not somebody who's like, Bible belting or Torah slapping or whatever. I'm not like that. I have an incredible Muslim fan base too, and incredible, beautiful people that look at my work with refugees that kind of goes across every border, especially in the Middle East, and they see the work that I'm trying to do there and the awareness I'm trying to build there for UNHCR. And then I also have just like a great, If I Run, this last film I did is actually it's a Christian thriller.
Yes, girl. And those are the ones that scare me the most.
What do you mean?
Because I'm like, now wait a minute, what's going to happen? Because if this is dealing with God, they got to win in the end. Because I'm going to rebuke it.
Trying to give away the story.
I'm going to rebuke it.
Right.
Otherwise, no, but I live. So wait a minute. How did this project come about?
It's so random. They called me like a week before to film, and I was in my Georgia body and vibe.
Come on, booty.
Not ready.
I hear booty.
Oh, the booty was bootying. And I was not ready, girl. I was like, they were like, we want you on a plane. I was like, a plane for what? What? They're like, if you respond to this and you really like it, it's an adaptation.
An adaptation
of the book.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let me see. And I was like, well, Lifetime even approaching me they must be.
I love Lifetime.
They must be trying to do something different because I'm a little outside of their box. I'm like, are you sure it was for me? I don't know. That seems like a weird choice for them.
No, not at all.
And it was me, and they loved it, and I'm executive producing it, and they let me do a song for it. So we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see.
I will definitely be tuning in. I love Lifetime. I love you. So it's like boom. And then I love a little spirituality, a little scary, but the spirituality must win.
It must win.
It must win. Now again, when I was reading up, I'm like, you get up in the morning at 4 a.m. and you meditate.
Sometimes.
But I live for that.
Sometimes.
When did you get into like meditation and stuff like that? Because I like meditation. I like yoga. I like Pilates. Any practice that allows me to zone out.
You're pretty zen.
Girl,
you have so much energy and you're so funny and you're so like dynamic, but you have this kind of like You're super grounded.
Girl, I'll be trying to keep them feet on, what is it, boots on the ground, what Beyonce
Right.
said? Literally.
And you got a little one, so that's probably really hard to kind of keep a schedule of self-care.
That's why when I heard that, I love that, because even if it's as early as 4 a.m., you have to have a moment to take time to yourself. Whether you're meditating or just you look at yourself in the mirror or whatever it is, because I used to find that when I started my day with my job, I felt really pissed and annoyed. Like, why does my life begin and end when I'm going to work?
Right.
So that meant I need to try to get to sleep a little bit earlier.
It's true.
And wake up a little bit earlier so that I can have at least an hour or something, a ritual to myself. So when I heard that, I was thinking to myself, well, she must feel similarly.
I do, but when you're producing things like this, like, do you build that into your schedule?
Yes, I build it into my schedule. Yeah. So usually, like for our show, like, you know, I mean, in a perfect world, it doesn't happen every time, but in a perfect world, I'd love for everything to start around 7 or 8. So at least I can wake up at 6. I can do waking up at 6, because if I go to bed at 10, I'm going to get a good amount of hours of sleep. But obviously, sometimes you have to fluctuate. I just feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized the importance of that time to myself and as a mom.
So important.
It's like I want to spend time with my son. I want to do my job, but I also want to spend time with me. Like, I don't know about you,
I mean,
but I like me.
Absolutely. Oh, I love me some me.
I never get no time with her ass.
Right.
Though.
I know. I get it. I get it, babe. I get it.
It's like we don't never get no time.
I mean, it seems like, you know, here I go interviewing you. Hold on. I know I love these questions, but you know, this is also, you know, for the audience that doesn't get to ask these questions to Keke, let me ask it for y'all. Let me ask it. So because you seem like everything is 100%.
Yeah.
I've not seen you do nothing at 50, 20% my whole life. My looking back. So even your mommying is 100%. So how are you building out? How are you showing up 100% for every single thing and nothing gets compromised?
I mean, I think the things get compromised. I think a lot of times the things that get compromised, this is sad. It's going to sound so typical. I feel like I'm like, get ready to start the movie or the rom-com. But the things that get a little bit compromised are myself, my personal time, and my love life. You know, it ends up being like, no time for that, no time for that. I've gotten better with the me time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will be honest that it's all math. And becoming a mom has made it better for me, easier for me to make the time. Like, I think before I used to have a hard time saying no about things. You know, I would be just so in the flow of the run of it.
But you have better boundaries.
Better boundaries, because if I can't say no for me, I can say no for Leo. And then over the course of saying no for Leo, that's my son's name. Over the course of saying no for Leo.
Everybody know Leo. Everybody know little Leo.
It got easier. It got easier to say no for me. So I'm getting better at it. But things, I remember.
So I just need a baby.
Girl, the babies help.
Okay.
They help. I
Noted.
mean, if you want a baby, right?
I definitely want a baby.
You can also get a little baby dog.
I got one. He's here. He's in the room.
Oh my gosh, you see? I know. Them fur babies are real.
They're so real.
It's like this baby came out of me.
I know.
Now speaking of my love life, you're married.
I'm married.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're finally doing the wedding. We haven't done the wedding.
I remember you saying you guys were going to, so you already are planning. That was one of my questions.
Yeah, planning it in a couple months. We're finally doing it. I'm excited. I'm like, wow.
Did you always want to get married, or were you kind of like, if it happens, it happens? Like,
yeah, I didn't really care. I'm not like a romantic person.
I was about to say,
you too?
I was about to say you feel very eccentric. Like, hey, who cares? Love is love. Wherever I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm exactly that. I don't care.
Yes.
No, it just happened. Brighton and I were friends for 10 years in my mind. I was exaggerating. No, 5 years. 5 years platonic though.
Yeah.
Like the most, didn't hold hands, didn't hug, nothing. We had a wellness company that ended up closing, and then we had to kind of wrap everything up. And he was single, I was single. Within 2 months, we dated, and then we got married after 2 months. Like crazy people.
Oh my God.
But it was great. He's great. He teaches breath work and meditation.
When you know, you know.
No, it's so real.
That's real.
It's so real. And I was engaged before him.
A period.
Like twice.
Couple people try to put a ring on.
Oh I'm a runaway fiance for sure. I have a reputation.
Wait a minute. This makes me think of another thing to ask you. Because you are so gorgeous, I think a lot of times, I've heard Halle Berry speak about it as well. Was that difficult in this industry where people don't want you to be as deep as you are? They kind of are looking at you from the surface.
Well, I know what I look like at 2 a.m, girl. I don't look like this. I don't look like this. No.
So you're like, for me, no.
For me, no. Maybe for you. No, I look crazy, girl. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I feel like with women, a lot of times it can be difficult where, especially when we have big personalities or do so many different things, people are like, hey, what's going on? Just
Yeah.
sit and be cute. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
I have an opinion or a thought or something
Yeah.
to say.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I felt a little bit of that.
You
for
know what I mean?
sure.
Where it's
For
like,
sure.
I can't just be whatever you're thinking I should be, plain.
We're not just pretty faces.
Yeah, I have so much more that I want to say.
Right.
But anyway, going back to that, you guys had a private wedding. You're getting ready to plan the current wedding. Is it going to be a away wedding? Are you going to be in town in Georgia?
It's going to be in California. Just
Okay.
something, intimate, like 200 people.
That's huge.
No, it's great. It's my godmother's place, and she had lost her son and
Oh,
her
I'm sorry to hear
husband,
that.
and I lost my mom and my brother. So we kind
And
of
your brother?
I lost my brother in
I'm so
2021.
sorry about that.
That's all right. I mean, so we kind of bonded over these weird losses that we had that she became she's been my soul mom for like 6 years, and
God bless her.
yeah, and so she's like walking me down the aisle, and but I know that my everyone
Yeah.
will be there.
I mean, how has that been, with your mom passing? I know she was very close to you. Like you said, you were raised as by a single
my
mother.
single mom.
What, maybe even bringing it up to a joyful note, what are the things that you see the most in you that remind you of her now?
My mom didn't really have a filter. And I think from what I remember about your mom, who's always very close.
She's watching in the other room. She's definitely here. She
From
is
what
here.
I
She
remember
probably
about
laughing.
your mom really stayed close to you as well. The auditions and, on
Studios.
set. Yeah. And just quiet strength.
Yeah.
I'm much more sillier than my mom. My mom was very
I'm actually
quiet.
the same.
Really?
My mom is not really silly. She's like brute.
Right. Let's get it done.
Don't play.
Right. She was always very close. What is one thing about me that I think my mom, I don't know, I guess she was just trying to be kind to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to keep going. And she also would kind of treat my wins like they weren't big deals, which I know it sounds really crazy coming out of my mouth, but
she kind of kept it grounded.
she expected it. She's like, of course you have a hit movie. Of course they want to work with you. Of course you're hanging out with Keke. I'm surprised you don't hang out more. You know what I mean? Like, I think she would just kind of expect that greatness. Like when you get your awards, I'm sure your mom's gonna be like, of course you did it.
I have the same kind of mom.
Yeah, of course you did it. You're
Sharon-
Keke
Sharon be
Palmer.
like Keke, the cream always rises to the top.
Right.
You're the cream.
You do the work. You're the cream.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I love that. No, that's so
That's
so
a
real.
blessing. But I think that's why we're probably so like,
Yeah.
who cares? I'm doing whatever the hell I want.
I'm doing what I want because I'm gonna win anyways.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? You can't tell me I'm not gonna win.
There is literally it is priceless
Yeah.
to have mothers that believe in you in
Yeah.
that way. It really is. There's
Right.
not who all I can thank is God for that. Because
For
what did I
real.
do to deserve it? You know what I mean? It's
No.
just something that I was blessed with.
Right. We have really great moms. And you know what? When we're 80 and we look the same,
Because we need that looking the same. We have to.
Black don't crack. So when we're 80 and we looking the same, you really, especially for me, having had these losses and having to, and losses from people that I took real advice from, people that I'd have conversations with, people that I've lived with, the Princes and the Quincy's and my brother and my mom and my friends, just people that I've lost. You allow them to guide you on this journey. Because there is something that I believe exists where the universe, God, gives you permission to really make an impact on the world.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be in alignment. You gotta be in alignment.
And it's like a practice. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean when you're out of alignment, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. Because you can get back into flow.
Oh, I get out of alignment plenty.
You know what I'm saying? It's like going to the
Right.
chiropractor.
For sure.
Hook me back up, God.
Right.
And then once you get back in that flow, it really is it's like when
Yeah.
they say like going upstream is tough, but like when you're going downstream,
Right.
it's just like there's this ease.
Right. So you allow yourself to kind of be almost influenced by them from like, another space and time. And,
Yes.
I still hear Q giving me, all his advice and, Prince trying to boss me around about something or other, and you ain't gonna wear that, and don't wear ripped jeans and all the things.
I'm howling.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I know that we're talking about you're married now, but before, I'm curious because your husband's not in the industry. Did you date in the industry, or were you resistant to that? Like, what were your non-negotiables in terms of dating in the public eye? I always
think
ask
like that, girl. I do everything wrong.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Remember when Paris and Nicole had to learn about the simple life? Well, I just found its perfect opposite in Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original that had me canceling all my plans just to keep listening. Here's the tea. Valerie, this down-on-her-luck event planner, finds herself pretending to be a socialite's long-lost daughter up in Toronto's fancy cottage country. But baby, between uncovering family secrets and falling for the impossibly handsome family assistant Nico, she's about to learn that some summers change everything. And when I tell you the narration is everything, Hamilton's Philippa Sue brings its romance to life in a way that'll have you swooning poolside, beachside, or wherever your summer takes you. I was absolutely in over my head with this one, just like Valerie, and loving every minute of it. Ready for your own romantic summer escape? Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
To be clear, I have not done not one thing right in my personal life ever. Like, they say, don't sleep with somebody on the first date. Girl, I've been done that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm already out of the category.
But I hate the gender rules, so do whatever.
There's a lot of gender rules, and I don't think I've done any of them. They're like, don't eat, messy food on the first date.
I'm
just like,
girl.
eat nachos. I don't have.
Same.
I've done everything backwards. I wish I knew how to do it right, or what the right
I don't want to do it right
thing is. In fact, I actually getting married was not necessarily, we didn't necessarily plan it. Brian was complaining that I was just kind of a terrible girlfriend. And I said, well, let's fix this then. And I said, well,
I'm gonna fix your ass.
Let's fix this then. I got a nice Virgo plan for you. We gonna be friends, or we gonna be married? Because I'm a terrible girlfriend, and I don't have a good run with being engaged. I'm a terrible fiance. So let's just be friends or be married, because I'm not gonna do. And I thought he was gonna be like, all right, let's just be friends.
Oh my gosh,
we got married.
I live.
That's it's not romantic.
No, but it's doing it your way.
I did it my way, and that's how you have to do it.
You do.
Because you'll find your match being exactly who you are. Don't have to hide nothing about yourself. All your silly things, all your quirky things, even when you got a little bit of a temper, even if they piss you off, you don't got to hide nothing. You get to show your full self. And you know what? The right person will stay.
Oh my gosh, my mom always would say that growing up. And she would definitely, I would be like, Mom, you're mean to Dad. Girl, forget about it. He's fine with it. If Larry likes it, you love it. I'm like, Sharon, you're not being even nice to Larry. And Larry's over there like, Sharon's my baby.
You know what?
And I love
Sharon.
Larry
love it.
Larry loves Sharon, and Sharon loves Larry.
But
it's exactly what you're describing, where it's like, to other people that are looking in,
but they're perfect for each other.
They're perfect for each other.
They're perfect for each other.
What is your love language?
Mine
is physical touch.
Is it?
I can't keep my hands to myself.
I don't want to say food. That's the honest thing I'm thinking about. Don't say food, Kat. Do not say food is your love language.
But it's a lot of us love languages.
I love cooking.
Girl, so I was going to ask that too, because tell me, do you be watching all the cooking stuff online, or do you be actually cooking? Because sometimes I just watch the videos.
I be cooking.
Girl.
I be getting down.
What is your don't play with me meal?
Oh, well, I have a menu, girl.
Girl, you are so Virgo.
I have a whole menu.
Oh my gosh, so set me up. I'm coming to your house for dinner.
Okay.
I told you to take off. I want to eat a cat meal.
Okay.
Meals with cat.
Okay, let me do it. One time I got into a huge fight with Bryant because I spent 2 hours on a hamachi crudo. Let me tell you something, it was so bomb. No, I don't have no regrets. I guess I would, what would I make you? I would make you, I guess, Brussels sprouts. I'd make you, Bryant calls me my slutty gnocchi because I make it for everybody, but I'm gonna make it for you. And it's a sweet potato gnocchi in a sage butter sauce. It is so bomb. Oof. I would make you pistachio crusted lamb over a delicious like couscous. I can go in.
Girl, are you kidding me?
No, honestly, I'm a better cook than I am an actor.
No, that's just one other thing now that we know you're good at. This is like your long list.
But the only thing I'm cocky about is my cooking. I feel like you're probably gonna correct me, like, no, girl, you're not that humble. No, but I feel like I am a pretty humble person as an artist.
You are.
I will, wait my turn. But as a cook, can't nobody tell me nothing. I am the best. I am the best. I am the
I'd
best.
say you're a pretty humble chef, too. One more thing, though. You're on tour. You just came off tour.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm always on doing
They were
something.
telling me you were doing a global tour. You did Barcelona.
I have
New
Barcelona.
Orleans, UK.
You've
been to a couple of places.
Yeah, I know my next show is in Chicago.
My city.
Hey.
Do you have a favorite place to perform?
I did this one show for, I think it was Pandora, and I did crowd surfing on the Azores.
I was just talking to somebody about the crowd surfing. Was it good, or were people like squeezing your booty and stuff? Because that's what scares me with that.
Really?
Like, if somebody go put their hands on my gooch.
No, they're not gonna do that. This your fans. We got you. I know everybody ready to hold Keke Palmer
I want to
up.
grab my booty.
No. Humble. So humble.
No. So it was amazing.
No, it's amazing.
Oh my
I love it. I love performing. I really love it.
I mean, you're incredible. And I don't remember what visual of yours that I saw what year it was. It had to be like maybe between 2012, 2016, a project that you had came out. And that's when I really got into, because I think I always knew you did music, but I also really knew you more with acting.
Yeah.
But then when I seen that project, I was like, oh, she's really dope for real. You know what I mean? Like just seeing those, when you can see those different sides of people, it really, I mean, again, back in the day, when we think MGM, vaudeville, or even just Broadway, everybody was doing a bunch of things.
Right.
When I feel like in our generation, for whatever reason, it was like, only you, if you're an actor, only you act. If you're a singer, only you sing. And I feel like, myself, you, when I think about Donald Glover, when I think about Queen Latifah, like, I mean,
everybody's
Ice
doing
Cube,
it all.
It's like, just do everything.
Do everything. If you can.
If you can, why not? And it's fun. It's fun to have different mediums to express your conversation with yourself
Speaking
and to
of
society.
Could we talk a little bit about the visual album?
Oh my gosh, let's get into it.
I'm just curious, like, why did you decide to do a visual album versus just dropping a record?
Well, I started doing the visual albums with my
When did
EP.
it start? When did you decide?
2016, 17. I hope
This
I'm
is
not
when you
wrong with the time.
decided to start working on a visual album.
To start doing visual albums. So this is my third visual project.
Right.
So I did the first one, I think in 2016. I hope the date. It was the Lauren EP. That was like a very smaller kind of visual. It was like 5 songs or so. Then I did my first big one, Big Boss, in 2022.
Right.
But I think by the time I did Big Boss, I had realized and decided this is the way I do music. Because, again, for us, like, you sign to a record label, they have a particular way that they want to do things. There's no artist development. Everybody's trying to fit you in a box.
Right.
I've just always been a multi-hyphenate person, and my artistry always came in a narrative package. There's conversation that I'm trying to say, and I'm a visual artist.
Right.
So I think after I did Lauren EP, that was like, okay, got my feet wet with it. And then by the time I did Big Boss, I was like, this is the only way I really want to do albums.
Right.
Because for me, it's not just about the album. It's about, this is the statement that I'm making at this moment, in this era, in this conversation with self, that I'm saying and opening my audience up to.
And why did Confessions is a single, right?
Yep, Confessions single, 125 was a single, and then Off Script. So that was kind of like the beginning.
Why did you pick Confessions?
So Confessions was...
Sorry, I know this is not
I
don't care, y'all. I get to interview
this
you.
Is so
I'm
good.
curious.
So Confessions was like the inciting incident, right? It was like it kind of put in many ways like this was the crumble or the glitch in the product. Because Keke Palmer as a person, like, people know me to be very professional. Like when all that stuff, but public stuff went out.
I was amazed at like some of the lyrics that you were like opening up about. Like,
yeah, I was amazed too. I think that the whole situation, I was amazed too, because I never knew I could get this deep with my audience, but that was because I never got that deep with myself yet. And so over that experience, that's what happened. And so when I was telling the story or deciding how to tell the story, leading my audience up to the visual album, it's like, okay, the inciting incident. And we kind of had 125 out a little bit, which is kind of like the love and the romance, then the inciting incident, and then where we are now, which is Off Script. And then Off Script kind of starts at, how the hell did I get here? And then you go through the journey of how I kind of have now evolved from even that space. So it was kind of, again, me, like, obviously the relationship is a big part of it, because it was a big part, my relationship with my son was a big chapter of this time in my life. But it's also about integration and fragmentation as a person.
Mm.
And the interesting role that love can play, even if it doesn't last forever, but the interesting role that love can play, and bringing you back to places that you didn't even know you still needed to heal within yourself. Because as an entertainer, there's also that thing of just like, can I become who I want to be?
Mhm.
Or am I just supposed to live as this product? Or
Mhm.
who is it that I do want to be? And what
Mhm.
influences are mine or the ones
Mhm.
around me? I think
Mhm.
I went through a lot of that.
Mhm.
And performing wasn't just, or I should say, it was enjoyable, but a lot of times it was survival
Mhm.
until it became intention.
Mhm.
And so that it's also about ownership
Ownership.
and owning of one's narrative. So there was a lot of, and again, when I was getting ready to do this album, it took a second because I'm like, my manager, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy was like, when are we gonna do? Because after Big Boss, he's like, when are we gonna do? I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna say. I mean, you need a second to ruminate.
Were you doing it before the films or like when?
So I actually did it during
When did you
the
have time? Are
films.
there two of you?
So
We should maybe cut the camera.
you're actually looking at
two of
one
you.
now. You're actually looking at one now.
Okay.
This is that AI they've been talking about. No. Yeah, I was doing it during work. I was doing it during this Boost Riley movie that I was doing called I Love Boosters. And so yeah, on the weekend and like after some shoot days, I will be working on this project with
That's
Taylor.
so wild. So wild.
Girl, you know how it is. Got to get it how
I
you
don't
live
know
it.
like that. I mean, I don't know. That's just
I'm so glad you
impeccable
checked it out.
Virgoing. Oh, yes, dope.
My girl.
I mean, you didn't really warn nobody though. I was like, oh my God, a visual album. There's just so much that you're doing this year.
Oh my gosh.
And
Thank
if you're
you.
not, and if we aren't focusing on the film or the record or whatever, you're running everything viral on everything. You can't even go out to dinner and not go viral.
Oh my gosh.
What's your
girl,
problem?
stop. You literally make me blush.
No, it's true. We all feel that way.
Oh my gosh. Well,
We
it's
all
just
feel
a
that way
blessing.
about
And I'm
you.
sure like doing this, being in this industry for so long.
So long.
You're just happy for the tides, any of the tides. You know what I mean? Whether they're up, they're down, they're in between. Just glad to be doing work that I'm excited about. Okay, 2026. I am very excited for this Michael Jackson biopic where you play Diana Ross. Girl,
I know, it's
this is
very
so
fun.
exciting.
It was very.
So tell me about the set vibes. Tell me about the recreating these incredible moments. I mean, obviously Jafar is playing Michael.
He's
so walk me through
perfection
this.
as Michael. I'm not allowed to really talk about it.
Come on, hush hush.
Come on, hush,
We love a hush hush
We love
project.
hush hush. Gosh. Well,
Nia
first
Long's
of all,
amazing.
Nia Long is thebomb.com.
She is.
I mean, even though it wasn't all my hair, sometimes, I had a little bit of my own hair in the front, and then the rest was big, but it was my texture, which was nice. And it was the first film I
Period.
ever did where I was like rocking my texture. I don't want to give too much away. What do I say?
Well, what was it? How did
Antoine
you feel?
Fuqua was the director.
He's brilliant.
So he's like, he's amazing. It felt surreal.
Yeah, right.
It also felt surreal because they had Quincy Jones' character in some of the scenes, and that's played by my boy Kendrick Sampson. And it was, when I was filming it was when Q was still alive. So I got to kind of share some stuff that we were doing and all that with him. And
Did you get a chance to meet Diana, or have you met her before in the past?
I think I had met...
I know you probably know Evan and Tracy.
Everybody knows Evan.
Yeah, everybody knows Evan. Hey, Evan.
It happened so quick. I didn't think I was gonna get it. And I kind of I was like, ain't nobody gonna hire me to play Diana Ross.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
I feel like your mama.
I just,
of course they will hire you
of
to
course they
play
would.
Diana.
Of course you would. You're Kat Graham. Of course they would. I don't know. I just didn't think much of it. I did my job, and I just kind of for the audition, and I remember I think I was like smoking a little cigarillo and had a little apple juice box and wasn't even taking nothing seriously. I was like, I'm just going, because my agents were like, you need to do the tape. You need to do this
But don't
audition.
you feel like any time that we've overdone the tape, we didn't get the role? But
Absolutely.
when we didn't give a
We
about
didn't
the
give a shit.
tape,
I was
we
like,
get the
I was like,
role.
fine, I'll just do the meeting so y'all will get off my back. And I did it, not caring. Hair was wild. And then the next day, I had a meeting with Antoine Fuqua, and then he offered me the role in real time on the Zoom. And then I remember Evan Haney, my manager, called me, and he's so cool. Evan's cool as a cucumber. He was like, hey, so they want you for the role of Diana Ross. I said, hold on, Evan, hold on. And I like ran through the house. I was like, Bryant, Pops. Because at the time, Brian's dad was living with us. Pops. And, you know, I turned into a little kid. And I was like, Evan, say it again. And he's like, you got the role. And then I remember Bryant and I ran out into our pool and jumped into the pool fully clothed.
Yes!
So that I can share with you the stupid, silly stories about it.
That is so exciting. The feeling of getting a role that you actually wanted is like it can never be underplayed.
And you know what's funny is that there's something about, and I can't wait for your biopic when that comes. I know there's seedlings of it.
Girl,
I know there's got to be someone and some script and some people that are smart enough to see you and some. But you know, with biopics, especially for iconic Black women who helped shape the narrative, helped shape history, right?
I mean, to be a pop icon and to be a Black pop icon.
Right.
I mean, like Diana Ross, I mean, she gave the blueprint.
Right. And you think about the Supremes and how they had to show up in, graceful and elegant at a time where there was so much colorism. Even the music that they made and, you know, at the time with like everything from like the Detroit riots and all of this, you know, civil unrest and all the things that they were doing and creating while that was happening in this country.
Yep.
And then to be able to play a woman like that, like I don't take it lightly. There is, you know, I think it was Nina Simone that said, an artist's duty is to tell, and I'm paraphrasing, but to tell the story of the times. And I mean, these women did that in spades,
agree with you more.
Right?
Yes.
So
I love that. I love that you love quotes. I love quotes as well.
I only know 2.
You named
and
like
I've used them.
You literally named 3.
I've used them in this interview. That's it. I don't know no more.
I literally love quotes. So I'm like, every last one you're saying, I'm like, I need to look up some more Nina Simone quotes because she was eating.
That's it. That's all. I only know 1.
Okay, are you ready to play a game?
Yeah.
Okay, I play games with all of my guests. I'm so sad that you're already leaving, but I'm excited to play this.
You're booked and busy, girl. Gotta get me out of this chair. Gotta get somebody else in here.
Okay, so here's how it works. I'm gonna say a line, a scenario, and you're gonna tell me which zodiac, because you know we're into the zodiac.
Right,
you're gonna tell me which sign is the best for it and which sign is the worst for it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, God.
Which sign throws the best birthday party and which one doesn't even show up to their own?
A sign that would throw the best birthday party, I think Capricorns can get down. I think. Someone that wouldn't show up, Aries.
If you got on the Aries nerve enough, they definitely would leave.
I think so.
For sure.
I think so.
Because they don't have too much patience for the bull.
I've dated a couple Geminis. I think they would, you know, they might
either
decide
they would be the life of the party or they would be like.
Exactly. What do you think about that?
I would say the sign that throws the best birthday party is a Virgo.
Okay. I wasn't going to say myself because I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be humble.
Because, you know, Virgos love to be modest.
Right.
So I seen what you was doing with that. But the worst one or the one that wouldn't show up to their own, I mean, depending on their mood, a Cancer might not arrive.
Oh.
They might be like, I'm too
sensitive.
over y'all. Yeah. I'm too over y'all. And I want to cuss nobody out.
Right. I'm in my feelings.
So, okay. Best sign for relationship material.
Oh, it depends on the sign, though. Is it me as a Virgo?
No, it's whatever sign.
Not that Virgo would be.
What you mean? Yeah, right. The best sign to you. Well, you know what?
Best sign. I think.
And then
tough.
Worst one for situationships that last too long.
That's tough because somebody might be a perfect sign. Like I know that for me, a perfect sign is like Bryant as a Sagittarius is perfect for me.
Sagittarius are so fun. They're perfect for everybody.
Fun. I don't know.
Yeah, some people do. I have been seeing a lot of like bad press for the Sagittariuses. I don't know what happened.
I think Leos could be good, but also terrible.
Oh my gosh, you sound like you have some Libra in your chart with all this indecisiveness.
Libras are the best. Let's just say that. Libras are the best. They're fair. They're level-headed. They are the best
Libra in my chart.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Who's the worst though? Scorpios.
Yeah, you know
I love Scorpios real bad. But y'all will take a situationship and let it laugh the whole lifetime and then go get married.
Pisces will do that too. Pisces will let you.
Pisces are the most loverous lovers that could find. And if they don't love you, it's bad. It's sad.
Damn.
It is because once they're done.
They're done.
They're done.
Yeah, they're good, but they're terrible with communication on the phones and stuff, I think.
Okay, best sign to cry to after a breakup and the worst one to call when you're emotional.
Virgo is the worst to call. Do not call us. Do not call us.
When I call with Sharon, when I've been hurt over breakup, I mean, it's not even that deep, Keke.
Right. You should have seen this coming.
You've got it. I mean, at the end of the day, let's get up.
Right.
Because you can't stay in a house like this.
Right.
This
Let's
is
keep it
embarrassing.
moving. Right.
You know, I know what you said.
I told you to leave that person a long time ago and you didn't listen, and now look at you.
A Virgo, I told you so to death. It's too much.
They're waiting for it.
They're waiting to be like.
So I'm glad you agree with that.
Yeah, we're in agreement.
So what was the alternate?
Now, the best one to call and cry to after a breakup. A Leo will yes man you into your grave.
Yeah, but that's not always the best.
But it feels good after a breakup. They'll be like, yes, yes, yes to everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know it's not true.
Gemini women are amazing to speak to.
They are.
Super. I love a Gemini girl.
Yeah. Very fun, too.
Mm-hmm,
Keep it upbeat.
Keep it upbeat.
Yeah. Okay. Best and worst sign to keep a secret and not put it in a group chat. Virgo is telling somebody. Virgo is telling somebody. Now, we will be conscientious of who we tell.
Yeah.
But somebody's finding
It is absolutely
I mean, the moment you
reviewed in
tell
our
me,
mind.
the moment you tell me.
Right. Before you even finish the
Sharon,
sentence.
I'm on the other line. I have to tell you really quickly.
Right.
Could you believe that so-and-so tell me?
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to get on, finish with him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call you
Virgo's
back.
telling something.
Boom.
Virgo is telling
Hey,
somebody.
girl, sorry, that was my Uber, DoorDash.
Right. And I live in Georgia, so, we don't tell everybody, guy shows up, plumber shows up at the house. We know each other's business the first 5 minutes. Oh, I love
the first 5 minutes is taking me out.
I don't keep nothing to myself.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. The best one, who's really going to have their lips sealed? Sagittarius are really lips sealed.
Ryan is Fort Knox. He don't share nothing.
And I have a Sag moon, so I can be Fort Knox, but I just love to share tea with Sharon. Mm-hmm. She's the funnest. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the last one. Best and worst sign to bring as your +1 to a vibey industry event.
Ooh.
It depends on what you're looking for. And what are we looking for in a vibey industry party? Somebody that knows how to work the room on their own?
My thing is, I have very independent friends.
That's what I'm saying. And they come in all different signs.
Right. But some of my friends just, I show up with them, but they leave me.
Damn, they real independent.
No, they real independent. I'm like the kind of person, I'll stick to the one person I know, and I'll not talk to nobody else.
Oh, that's so sweet.
No, it's not. I'm a terrible networker.
You got to get out there and talk.
No.
Otherwise, it's so boring
don't
there.
leave me. I'm super codependent at a party, girl. Don't bring me nowhere with you.
At a party, I have one mission: to walk in a circle 2 times and then leave.
Really?
And eat whatever snacks that they may have that I'm into.
Yeah, I'm usually with one person the entire night or hanging out by the kitchen, so I'm the first one to get the hors d'oeuvres.
The food helps.
The food helps.
Yeah, the food helps.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm the worst to go to a party with.
I didn't want to tell you,
but is it me? All right, I don't know. I don't know.
Kat, you're absolutely amazing.
You are.
A triple Virgo couldn't be any better. It was exactly
Thank you for
exceptional.
validating me because it's one of my biggest insecurities.
I mean, actors, every time that director says cut, so what'd you think?
Right.
Was it good? If they don't tell me yes, then I don't know.
Right. I'm I noticed you were very quiet after that take. Is there something you want to talk about?
You know what I mean?
Right.
I need feedback. So the feedback
That's why we got to direct ourselves.
Literally.
It was amazing. Let's move on.
Thank you for coming on, baby. This is Keke
amazing.
Palmer. That was good, y'all. Kat is so grounded in purpose, and it shines in everything she does. From her work, to her activism, to the way she connects with her fans. The way she shows up is just full of intention and heart. And I love that Kat is open about all of it. The joy and love, but also the hard stuff, like loss, heartbreak, and anger. That's not easy, but it's a reminder that we all have that power. We can take life's challenges, victories, and everything in between and use it to shape us, strengthen us, and move us closer to our purpose. I'll be cheering y'all on every step of the way, and y'all cheer me on too. Because baby, this is Keke Palmer.
Baby, this is Keke.